Okay, you've now seen the major weapon systems other than the bullpups. You've seen bombs, you've seen rockets, you've seen air to air missiles. And let me tell you, this plane's flight model needs work, needs severe work. It is not very stable. As a matter of fact, it is extremely unstable. It does not line up on a turn. It definitely wants to go fly through the air sideways. That's a problem. This is going to be a major headache with this plane. It's not going to be easy to do. Um, Now, granted, I don't have the plane completely spaded, and the crew, well, a maximum crew, I mean, Jesus, 1,010,000 to upgrade this, 2,600 to get it to ace status. Um, it probably isn't going to change the actual characteristics in flight very much. This plane is going to need some work. It's going to need some serious work. Um, Again, first dev server. So, be that as it may, as a first dev server, not bad. Got work to do. You also notice that with the air to air missiles, you have to get within a certain range to fire them. And they have to be within a certain cone of expansion to actually lock on. And even then, if the targeted plane moves out of the cone, basically, the missile can miss. And that's one that was flying pretty much in a straight line, just doing slight turns. So, air to air missiles are not going to be the panacea that everyone thinks they're going to be. And unless you're going up against bombers, you're probably not going to want to use them against fighters. Fighters will be able to pull some pretty insane maneuvers to get out of the firing zone, especially sabers, because of their insane roll rate. They'll be able to roll left or roll right and pull hard elevator and probably be able to break lock. Especially seeing as how you saw I had to get within a certain range, and you only have a limited amount of time with the activation of the seeker head. So there is that. And again, I've done a lot of upgrades to the plane, and it still does not accelerate anywhere close to what I would say an F-100 Super Saber should maneuver like. Uh, let's take a good look at this plane. Armor, not a lot. You've got windshield, which is basically for bird strikes, and you've got a half-inch plate behind the pilot. Take a look at the X-ray. We've got the Pratt & Whitney J57P21 jet engine with 3,876 kilograms of force. 14,000 pounds of thrust. And then you've got fuel tanks all over the place. And then you've got weapons loadout. ammo 200 per gun, 4 guns, 800 rounds. This is going to be an interesting plane to fly, especially if they get the flight model fixed. Because right now it does not fly very well at all. And the sooner they fix it, the better it'll be. Now, I don't know what the MiG is going to be like. I'm not even close to getting a MiG because, like I said before, I think most MiGs look like tractors. The MiG-3 is different. I like that one. But the rest of them look like tractors. This looks beautiful, but it flies like a pig at the moment. Will it get better? Oh yeah, it'll definitely get better, especially as soon as people start complaining loud enough to the devs and they go, okay, we'll fix it. But pretty plain, nice to see it in game. But the Wallet Warriors will be out in droves. They will have this and they will spade it using as much gold as they have to. And it will be a tremendous amount because this plane is not going to be cheap. 3,800 RP. You do the math at 45 RP per Golden Eagle. It comes out to quite a bit. And the same can be said of the MiG-19. We'll preview it here. Armor on this. Ooh, you got a front plate of 16.5 and then 10 millimeters behind the pilot. You've got a bird strike of 60 millimeters. The X-Ray has two 2256 kilogram force RD9B jet engines. A lot of fuel. .30 millimeter guns with 70 rounds per gun. This is going to go through ammo quickly. Modifications. The only modification it gets is the air-to-air missile. Oh boy. I bet the Soviet pilots did not see that one coming. No ground attack function involved in this plane other than the 30 millimeter rounds. Although they do have yeah, armor penetration 3 millimeters. Somebody got that one wrong. Air targets, again, this has got to be updated. Again, first dev server. We're not going to complain too much about it. And Britain's Wonder Jet, which is still in the absolute worst possible place. Love the skin. Oh yeah, I like. Daddy want. Ooh-hoo. That's a nice look. Modifications. Again, the Fire Streak missiles. 800 meters a second. And that's 800 meters a second in excess of the airspeed of the platform firing it. So these things can really come off the rails. The Aiden cannons, you've got default air targets, ground targets, armor piercing, HEIT, and AP. 47 millimeters of penetration, and stealth, AP and HEFI. Hefty rounds. This is going to be an interesting one. 4 Aidens, 100 rounds per gun. Maximum speed 606, and then you get all the upgrades. And let's see, 1.8. Come on, there we go. 1.8. The engines. Another 2.2 wings. 4 cover. 0.9. You're definitely not getting a whole lot with this plane as far as speed increases. And if your airspeed is only at 606 and then you dump all the upgrades onto it and you only get up to about, what, 625? 630? I think somebody got shortchanged here. And you only have fire streaks. So you have no ground attack component. Other than your guns. But Daddy do like that skin. That is a pretty plane. I like. I just think that they need to take and move it back out of this line right here. Get it away from the meteors. It does not belong under the meteors at all. That is a sad joke, and it's being played on the player base that likes British aircraft. It should be under the Sea Venom. And that's not an opinion, that's a fact. Jack. Oh, bloody hell. And one other thing that Gaijin really could spend some time on, or at least just pay people to do, put some more skins in as being available to research for planes like the Hunter, because this silver looks like crap. Give us something that we can be proud of, because right now this is a beautiful skin. And this is what we should be able to research. Anyways, this Subdude signing off. Y'all have a pleasant today, a better tomorrow, and we'll catch you in the skies in Air Realistic, because it just ain't worth flying anything else. Bye-bye, folks.